¿Sabías que el lugar más exclusivo para celebrar Año Nuevo en Vail ya tiene su tema y hoy en mi podcast lo vamos a revelar? Hoy te traigo una entrevista con Thea Knobel, presidenta del Solaris Group y directora de marketing de Chasing Rabbits, el restaurante y club más versátil de todo Vail Village. Bueno, de todo Vail Valley en realidad. Hola, soy Beatriz Martinez, la host de este podcast Conquering Vail, donde hablamos de todos los temas relacionados al real estate y al lifestyle de Vail Valley, exclusivamente enfocados al comprador internacional. Bienvenidos a mi podcast. Today we're diving into the most exciting winter season yet at Chasing Rabbits. From new Apreski experiences and theme parties to what everyone's waiting for, which is the New Year's Eve theme reveal. Joining me is Thea Knobel, the president of Solaris Group and marketing director at Chasing Rabbits, who's here to share all the inside details. Thea, welcome back to my podcast, Conquering Vail. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thea, let's begin, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. So, Thea, what are the top 3 Chasing Rabbit events this ski season that no one should miss? And can you share the dates and what makes them, so unforgettable and so special?
Yeah, well, thanks so much for having me, Beatrice. I always enjoy speaking with you and sharing what's going on in Vail, and I'm very happy to be here. So as you said, there's a lot happening, and there's something actually almost every single day. We're open 7 days a week at Chasing Rabbits, so really something for everyone. So a few highlights that I'm interested in is we are starting to do these artist takeovers. We have really been focused on music, and we've done theater, and now we're bringing fine art into the venue. And so we are partnering with a couple of renowned artists who are globally recognized to actually do popovers and take over the space and transform it for a few days. And so 2 of those that I would really recommend is we have Israeli sculptor Joel Amit. He's from December 25th to the 27th. He is going to be having his artwork in the Moon Rabbit. And that is actually, he's an architect as well. And he is mainly a sculptor who uses laser cut metal, and he creates these fabulous pieces. And his artwork is actually in museums and galleries across 5 continents. So we'll have him come. His artwork will be displayed. And then he's actually going to come in person from Israel and do a talk, which I believe will be on the 27th, where people can understand the creative process and get to really meet him and understand all about how he comes up with his artwork. And people can, if they want, they can buy the art, they can see the art, and it's a multi-sensory experience because we will also hear from him. And then there's even a taste element we're adding in. So we will be doing specialty cocktails based on his artwork, and it will be infused in a unique way. So it's really a full multi-sensory event.
What's his name again? I'm sorry.
Joel Amit, A-M-I-T.
And very interesting.
And we're proud to partner with Chandler Art Galleries, which has Vail roots, to bring this together. So partnering with different Vail Valley art galleries to put these on, and we're so grateful for their connections and expertise, and being able to connect with them as well. So we're looking forward to that. Additionally, another artist takeover that I definitely wouldn't miss is David Yarrow. David Yarrow is a renowned photographer. We were lucky to host him last year as well. And he's actually raised over $20 million for charity through his artwork. So you probably, if you've been around Vail, seen some of his pieces. You know, he has Cara Delevingne or Cindy Crawford, really high-end models. And you know, if you've seen the one with the wolf, there's a train. That's just these incredible shots.
Yes.
And so David Yarrow will be coming the December 28th to the 30th. And we will also have specialty cocktails based on him, his art in the Moon Rabbit, and he will also do a special talk, which we are having as a part of our Meet the Maker series. Our Meet the Maker series features different artists or entrepreneurs or really creators or innovators, and we're bringing them in. So we're excited to have him as well. last year when we had him for the talk, it was members only. And he displayed a bear photo, and we were the first in the world to see it, which was
Oh
so
my
really cool
God.
experience. And we're partnering with relevant galleries to put that one on.
That is super interesting, Tia. And if our audience or anybody, or maybe somebody that's not on the VIP members list, can they attend these talks, and when would they be? This is very interesting. What you guys are doing.
Yeah, so we are trying to make it open as well. So I know for sure with Joel that we will. That hub will be on the 27th. And then I'm just confirming with David's team, but between the 28th to the 30th, David will also do a talk, and we will have that information up on our website, in our newsletter, in our social media, and people can find out that way.
Oh, this is great. So these are called artist takeovers, correct? And they're gonna
Yeah,
be displaying their art in the Moon Rabbit area. Wow.
exactly. Yeah, and I was inspired by Sketch in London, which is one of my favorite restaurants that uses a lot of art, and they were bringing in different artists, and so we want to do that in Vail, and we're so lucky that we're able to bring in these global artists, but really partner with galleries that have roots in Vail.
That is great, and it's also, a way to, as you said, to, get together and collaborate with local galleries, and bring forth the art in the community of art in Vail to the general public, that that it's not only here to go to après-ski, etc., but there's also an element of culture and art, and I know you've been doing it with music, so I like the fact that you're also bringing art as well. That's very, very interesting.
Yeah, we're so grateful to the galleries and with the art too, trying to do art in all different types of forms. So yes, that's music, live music, as well as through film screenings, through
All right.
partnering with
Yes.
Crystal Theater. So there's a lot of different ways to experience art.
Gastronomy as well.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You can sip it, you can taste it. And then the other can't miss event, and I know we're gonna do the reveal.
Oh yeah,
is
at the
New
very
Year's
end.
Eve. Yeah. The New Year's for sure.
And I have a question about that at the very end. But um après-ski trends for 2025, because I know it's Chasing Rabbits that actually creates these trends. Um and Chasing Rabbits actually has redefined the après-ski trends. What's in and what's out for this winter? Tell us about the music, the cocktails, the overall vibe, and what's going on. What's setting the tone for this après-ski season at Chasing Rabbits?
Yeah, so we're actually looking forward to doing 7 outdoor opera shows in Solaris Plaza. So starting February 14th, each weekend in the winter season, we will be hosting a different DJ or multiple DJs. And these are well-known DJs that were flying in from all over. And we the majority of these events will all be free and also all ages. So this will be a great community time, and to really have fun and let loose. And we actually do it on the ice skating rink. We put snow out in the rink, and everyone can dance there. And last year we had Surf Mesa, Emmett Fenn, Justin J, a lot of great artists. This year we have a couple collabs. We're gonna do one with Rock Huts, and then also AM Radio, which is really coming up in the DJ scene. We were actually their first show out of Los Angeles, and now they're going all around the world, and just did a pop-up in Amsterdam. So we're really looking forward to our outdoor shows and having all ages come après-ski and just enjoy and be surrounded by the mountains right in the center of Vail.
So Thea, I mean, I'm 54, and half of these DJs, so this is going to be very, very relevant for us that have I have a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old. I know my daughter, actually her friend, has been after me I don't know if you're gonna have John Summit this year. I think you had him last year, or you were the one.
We have had him before, and
Okay.
no announcements yet, but yes.
Okay, not that I know, but they were like, "Oh my God, I saw, I know you do a lot of things with, chasing rabbits," and I'm assuming that all of these, because I know you're super in what's going on in the music and DJs, and you guys have been very super innovative in bringing these artists to Vail. So these are really, this would be what we're talking about, family events where we can bring kids of all ages, and for all of our listeners that are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, that have teenagers or kids in their 20s. These artists they're all as you said, up and coming, and they're really important in the music industry.
Yeah, some of the artists we're bringing in are actually Grammy nominated artists that we'll be having that are in the DJ space. And like you said, up and coming as well. One of the artists we had a couple years ago with the Experts Only team, recently he was just, Max Styler, was just named #1 on one of like the DJ ranking lists for, so really great to see kind of their rise and be a part of it and learn a lot more about the music culture and bring that to the center of Vail. And Vail Resorts and Discover Vail is in AEG. They're hosting a lot as well. So I've seen the rise in the past few years with how much is happening in Vail and how much operating. We love to see all that action happening in Vail.
And these are all free events, and it's open to the entire family. You mentioned 7.
And our first event is going to be a paid event, and then the 6 after, because we have a partner, are all going to be free for the community.
All right, that's amazing. And again, I've seen a lot of families starting to gather at the Solaris Plaza during the winter. Not only that, I actually spent July 4th at the Solaris Plaza this summer. So it's really becoming, the center place for everybody to gather after skiing. You guys have really changed that, transformed that outdoor space. So it's not only chasing rabbits on the inside, the club and the restaurant, but it's also the Solaris Plaza as well.
Exactly. And we're going to be doing, so we also have Deca Bowl is one of our restaurants in Bowling Alley and the plaza. So we're going to be doing some plaza activations, including bringing out a hot chocolate bar, which I'm really excited about.
Okay.
On Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 6, we'll have a hot cocoa out there. And also with ice skating, bringing back those ice skating shows where they bring in amazing Olympians and champion figure skaters. So there will be some other ways to kind of enjoy the festive holidays, all free events out on the plaza as well.
And and for our listeners to find out, everything is on Instagram. I mean, and we'll talk about it at the very end. Everything's going to be on the show notes as well. Everything that we talked about today, it's going to be on the show notes of the on the podcast show notes. Yeah, because the hot chocolate bar, that's something new as well. And that would be great for moms with, smaller children. Maybe they don't know exactly what to do with the smaller children. That would be great as well.
Yeah. Yes, ice skating and hot cocoa, really fun. Yeah, for all ages.
Exactly. And it's attracting, again, not only, the adults, but the families of all ages. And that's very relevant for our audience, because a lot of our audience and our clients have, smaller children. So there are events for families of all ages. Tell me a little bit about the VIP membership. I know we talked a little bit about it last year around this time. I know it has evolved as well. If you can tell us a little bit about it, I think there are some additions to it. And if anybody that is listening or watching, this, my YouTube video, how can they become members and what does that entail?
Great. Well, the membership at Chasing Rabbits is really a way to experience entertainment in a VIP way. And so that is with increased access. We offer priority reservations as well as exclusive events that are only for members. So for people who love dining and eating and all the entertainment. we have a lot of VIP experiences. Additionally, the majority of all of our events are actually free for members that would be paid. Or we have big discounts for things, special events like New Year's Eve. So all of our Lucky Friday nights, our Saturday Down the Rabbit Hole, our jazz nights, our opera, bingo, karaoke, magic nights, all that is completely free to members. And so they have a special membership card and they can just come on in and they can bring 4 guests with them as well and experience all of that and skip the line. Additionally, we go deeper with members. So we have a secret menu. And on the secret menu, we have cocktails and dishes that are only available to members. And then, so it's really a great way to connect with people who are interested in looking for that entertainment that's not outside, inside. And then additionally, I know what you're alluding to. We've talked about, I haven't announced it anywhere. So I'm very excited to give you the scoop.
Yeah.
We will be rolling out the Solaris Social Club, which includes the Chasing Rabbits membership. Also has a lot of amazing partnerships within Vail. And one that I know people are very excited for is Matsuhitsa.
Yes.
Right upstairs. So our members who opt into a different membership, which will only be doing it first with a small group, a select group, kind of because there are limited spots. They will access to priority reservations right upstairs at the famous sushi restaurant, as well as special events that we'll be doing with them just for our members, like sake tastings, sushi making classes, and then also doing that with other places, of course, like Deca Bowl, doing special bowling. You get free ice skating, and then we have partners, retail partners like Gray Salt, where you get discounts. So there's really a lot of partnerships and even more to come. But I know the one that everyone's kind of buzzing about is Matsu. And so we're excited to always be active for the membership.
And if somebody's interested, because yes, I mean, so many of my clients are always, they have a hard time booking reservations at Matsu, and I know that's going to be part of your one of the VIP membership perks now, having that priority to make reservations on Matsuhisa and have these special events. If they're interested in the VIP membership, I believe that would be directly with you, correct? They would have to contact you directly.
Yeah, so they can reach out to me via solarisvail.com or to our membership email, which we have online as well, or they can also join the wait list. And so and I'm happy to always answer any questions, and I'm excited to talk to new people who are interested in the membership community.
I love that, and thank you so much for sharing that. Here, not only my podcast, but now I have a new YouTube channel that's doing extremely well. So for all of you that are watching and that are that subscribe to my YouTube channel and my podcast, you're the first to know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's anyone to know. So yeah, and then you will be bowling that starting the season.
And I have and last year, I remember we talked about this, but this year I actually wanted to, we'll talk about it later on, but one of the things of course, I'm a Broncos fan, and I am, I am hoping and praying that we get to the Super Bowl. But if we do, then I might want to talk to you about sponsoring that watch party because I know in Deca Bowl, I've been to Deca Bowl for the Super Bowl, so we can talk about it later on. But definitely, I want to be part of, whatever Chasing Rabbits is doing this winter. I'm still trying to figure out what, but I'm waiting to see how the Broncos do. And if it comes to that, if we get to the playoffs and we end up at the Super Bowl, that I think it's a possibility. I'm not, I don't know a lot about football, but I think that we could be. I definitely want to be a part of it. If not, we'll look for
we did at Deca Bowl and also Chasing Rabbits. And last year, actually, we had the Moon Rabbit was in our member only room, and then the raffle was everyone. That's how we did the Super Bowl last year, and we And we're actually a converted movie theater. So we have those big screens. And so we really have some great viewing potential.
Okay, because a lot of my clients from Mexico and Latin America, they're actually there that weekend because it coincides with there's a puente, like a holiday in Mexico, and and I think this year is February 6th or 7th or 8th. But a lot of my clients are in Vail, and they're gonna be at the Solaris that weekend, that Sunday. So, and if you know, NFL is huge in Mexico and now Brazil, and so this is something that I've been thinking of, and we can talk about it a little bit, later. Even if the Broncos are not, but we can talk about it. Family, I think we already talked about the music and the lineup for the winter.
Yeah, actually, I could share a little bit about that was not only the outdoors. I didn't share anything about the indoors yet.
Okay, go ahead. Gosh, you're busy, Thea. My God. Well, you and your team, because you have a huge team. I mean, I've met a couple of your. Okay, so
yeah, I'm really grateful. We have an amazing team that comes up with a lot of amazing ideas and are really on the floor making it all happen. So
yes,
yeah, I don't know if you want to ask the question.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the music lineup. I know they don't disappoint. You talked a little bit about the DJs for the outdoor Solaris, Plaza area, but if you can tell us a little bit more about what's going to happen inside the Chasing Rabbits with the music lineup for this ski season, that would be amazing for our listeners.
Yeah, of course. And we're really honored. We just saw Best of Vail that we won Best Late Nights Scene again.
Yes.
This year, which was great. Thank you. We're always trying to do that. And we have such a mix of DJs we're bringing in. So that is from rising local talent, which we've been really happy to support, to, internationally known, even to Grammy nominated artists. So we have a few big shows that have been announced and more to come. We have Dylan Francis, who, has played all the major festivals on January 9th. And then we have Side Piece, their Grammy nominated duo. Best dance music coming January 31st.
Oh.
Then we have Chris Lorenzo coming February 6th. And then we recently just announced Vandelux on March 28th. So they're all DJs that we're very excited about. And if you follow us on Instagram at Chasing Rabbits Vail, you'll see more announcements. And we have an incredible lineup and coming this winter season.
And again, if they go to Instagram, they'll be able to figure out how to get tickets, because that's in the indoor space.
Exactly. So we have our link in bio on Instagram. So you can click that to get in tickets. Also on our website, if you go onto our events page, all of them are on the website. And then lastly, we have a newsletter that we send out. And so the newsletter as well is a great way to find out what's going on. And then also these ticket prices right now are Vandelux actually started at only $20, and that sold out in 10 minutes, the $20 tier. So if you, some of these we're starting earlier, so you can go on, and the prices are all better right now before the season, kind of for people who are the early birds.
Yeah, and just like anything in Vail, if you plan ahead, not only for these events, for Epic passes, for lift tickets, just make, if you're coming this ski season, make sure you get your reservations at Matsuhisa on time, that you purchase the tickets for all of these events, because they get full. And you get priority seating and better access and better pricing. So definitely check it out on Instagram. Sign up to the newsletter as well. That way you can plan ahead and not only get better pricing, but get better access as well. And in the family-friendly events, we talked a little bit. And we'll talk about it at the end, because I'm thinking of maybe I might want to go to the New Year's Eve party as well. or the dinner. I mean, I will talk about it at the end, but family friendly events. Everybody thinks that chasing rabbits, and I'm talking about the inside of chasing rabbits at the restaurant, etc. It's only for 21 plus. A lot of my clients have asked me, if you can tell us a little bit about, is it family friendly? What other events besides the Solaris Plaza? Can you bring children, under 21, to the spaces? I know the arcade is open to kids and teenagers, and all the teenagers want to go to the arcade space. If you can tell us a little bit about how Chasing Rabbit, is catering to families of all ages and deckable,
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, so we are family friendly. We only turn into a nightclub late night in the Moon Rabbit and then the Speakeasy. So there's lots of ways for the family to have fun. One of them is weekly bingo that we do. So that also a free to the event. And we give out a lot of fun prizes that are from local businesses. And we've done bingo before where we've given out an e-bike or, really fun prizes, including dining gift cards and spa gift cards. And it's just a really fun way to play with the whole family. And we also see a lot of locals who love bingo.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, bingo is definitely a fun one. As well as you're talking about with the arcade, we have a lot of fun arcade games like basketball, the classic retro pinball. We even brought in Mario Kart, which is a newer game that I love Mario Kart.
Yeah. My son loves it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun to do the driving.
But he grew up with Mario Kart, so he loves it. Early Siege or Fortnite, he sees Mario Kart and he gets excited. So that's and then at 10 p.m. the arcade. Go ahead.
Right. Yes, at 10 p.m. it does turn into then it's 21 plus. And then also we sometimes 9 p.m. with if we need to bring in an artist and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we also have a lot of dining experiences that are family focused. We have a bunny food menu for your little ones with kind of palatable food that they might like chicken tenders and quesadillas. And then we have some family focused holiday dining specials. So Thanksgiving Day, Christmas, we will be doing some family focused meals. And then actually something we haven't announced yet that I'm excited about is we're going to work on a little bit of a series of immersive dining and film. And one of the ones that we want to do for all ages would be Ratatouille. With that chef, and we could bring out the food, the Remy.
That's amazing.
Because we do have those movie screens and we have that at heart, it would be really fun to actually what you're watching, you get to eat it while you're watching it. So that would be something for the kiddos.
Oh my God. Thea, I have an idea for you, and maybe we'll bring this on or not. And I'm just saying this. When my kids were, I think, 5 and 6, we were in Miami for like a couple of weeks before Christmas, and I took them to the Polar Express. Bright Line. It was from the I think we went from Miami to West Palm and back, and we watched the movie. That could be, I mean, that's for the future. I'm just giving you some ideas.
I love it.
That could be something very interesting for you maybe in the future, to have that, immersed type of experience with smaller children, and we all dress them up in pajamas. And maybe that's something that usually you would like to do. But the Ratatouille, I absolutely love that idea. Do you have a date for the Ratatouille?
I don't have that yet. That's a brand new. I'm telling you everything she's talking about, in real time. But we're actually considering. Yeah, I'll let you know what
you're doing it, because this is something that, as you know, my clients have, children of all ages, and it's always usually with the smaller children that they have a hard time finding, things to do outside of, ski school or skiing. So absolutely let us know when you have that. And that is something that and again, as a mom that grew up with the small children skiing, we were always looking for things to do. That's why Deckable is so we're such fans of that, because that's something that you could do with smaller children as well. So absolutely let me know, because I think that would be a hit. And it could be also another time, another time when earlier time when maybe your spaces are not as full, you know.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing. And we're actually talking about, we have an autumn harvest dinner, which is the day before Thanksgiving. We might want to add a little bit of the Peanuts Thanksgiving film or something, some kind of fun film element to that.
My God.
So I if you have any ideas, we just spoke about it. That would be fun.
Oh, that's amazing. So again, it's as you can see, the events are not only for young adults, or it's for families of all ages. They have a bunny food menu,
Yeah.
smaller children. So for families of all ages, they have something, for you. And if you have any ideas, you can also comment on our podcast or our YouTube video. If you would like to see something, I know Thea is open to many ideas as well. So I would love.
We're also doing you mentioned Deca Bowl. Deca Bowl is really is family friendly. We're gonna be doing a special called Happy Bowling from 4 to 5 p.m. on Monday to Friday for mini bowling 45-minute reservations. That's only $25. And that will be really great for families as well. And we love to see the little ones inside bowling at Deca Bowl.
I always tell my clients, make sure that's one place that they love to go when they come to Vail for the ski season. For some reason, they always one of the main things that they do is they make the reservations for Matsuhisa and they make the reservations for Deca Bowl. That idea of having those smaller time frames is great, because it's going to give more people the ability to enjoy bowling at Deca Bowl, because I think it's fantastic. And my kids, even to this day, they remember, and I have so many photos and so many videos of them as at 7, 8, 9-year-olds bowling at Deca Bowl. So I think that's a great addition. And again, for all all of our listeners and our audience, make sure that you make those reservations with Deca Bowl on time, because it gets pretty full. And it's a great place because as an adult, as well, you go with your children, you can watch them, bowl, etc. But then you can have your drinks and have fun. We do that a lot with our mom friends. And when they come to Miami, that's usually one of the things that we enjoy doing. We make a reservation for the bowling or the one of the lanes, and then we just hang out and we drink, we eat while the kids are just having fun. So I think that's a great idea, the happy bowling from 4 to 5 p.m. Starting when?
That'll be starting I think when we open. So it's for winter season and it's only Mondays to Fridays.
Monday through Fridays. Okay. So yeah, you have a lot going on.
Yeah. It's funny. I'd say there's an event every single day, sometimes two. And actually we're even debuting new series we haven't done. So we will be adding hip hop into the Moon Rabbit, which will be fun to have some hip hop nights in there. And then also weekly magic on Sundays.
What is it? Weekly magic on Sundays?
Yes, in the Moon Rabbit. So we'll have now magician Sean Preston, and he does mentalism, up close, card tricks. And what's really fun about that, it's very personal. He'll come to your table, to your group, so you're actually amazed and get to experience the magic firsthand. And that I'm a big magic lover, so for me, that's actually one of my favorite things to experience. He's incredible.
Oh my God. Okay, that's amazing. And also, I've seen through your Instagram and actually through your own wedding a couple of years ago. I want to talk a little bit about private events that you could host at Chasing Rabbits. It has become one of Vail's most sought out venues for celebrations. If you can tell us a little bit about private events, what type of events can you host at the Chasing Rabbits, and how, if someone's interested in hosting an event, what do they need to do?
Yeah, so we have both at Chasing Rabbits and Decable. We do a ton of private events. And what's really nice is you can rent out the entire venue. At Chasing Rabbits, you could rent out 1 room, 2 rooms, 3 rooms, or just partial, or do a large party. So really any number of people that you're looking to host, we can accommodate, because space kind of contracts and expands for what you're interested in. And we've been hosting a lot of weddings, also after parties, rehearsal dinners, and then corporates. We have a lot of corporate groups that come from all over. We've had multiple Fortune 500 companies come and rent out the space, because it's great to do a Vail skiing retreat and then have the space. And then holiday parties as well. So, we can take care of all the cooking for you. You can use the screens and even they rent out the space, they customize the big marquee with their own saying, which is really fun. And there's a lot of ways to customize a space that other venues just don't have those capabilities.
I know. I mean, I myself, I've done small things, and I'm working with Francisco. We're thinking of maybe from the heart of Vail. We're thinking of maybe doing something for our clients, something a little bit more VIP. We have a couple of things that we have to discuss, but I myself, as you can say, you can do small things to large things as wedding venues or rehearsal dinners. But maybe 2-3 years ago, I booked 2-3 tables just to host a couple of my clients for après-ski drinks and apps, so that we can socialize. Nothing big, but I was able to do that. So you can do something as small as that, and as large as a corporate retreat, corporate meeting, or something maybe more VIP with your clients, as a private tasting. Private viewing sometime.
The library is sometimes we do events only 14 people. The back table of the library, they kind of have their whole little space, and we've done some really interesting wine tastings and curated private events back there. He had an event that was featured in the New York Times. They did a Taylor Swift themed welcome party and rented the entire space. So we kind of have seen it all.
I saw the Taylor. That's one of the things. Yeah, I saw the Taylor Swift. It wasn't that like a I thought that was rehearsal dinner, or
it was a wedding. They had a 4-day wedding, and they had a wedding welcome party with us.
Okay, all right. That's just So you have the capacity to literally transform a space to whatever the host would like to transform into. Right. That's great. That's very interesting, and also for families as well. That's something very interesting. If you have a large family and you would like to, maybe host a private dinner, Christmas, Semana Santa, Thanksgiving, that's also something that you could do via your private, rooms as well. It doesn't have to be it could be a huge, large party, but it could be a family of 10 or 12 or 15, grandparents, kids. If you have a couple of, if you have your family there, that's something that you could do as well. And you cater the event, etc. That's important as well, because it's sometimes difficult for, I'm Latin American, and we usually travel with I grew up in Vail traveling with my grandparents. So our dinner, Christmas dinners, is not my parents. It was my grandparents, my uncles, my aunts, the cousins. So all of a sudden, it's not, it's very difficult to maybe find a reservation for 15 or 20. So that's something that, again, with time, that you could do at Chasing Rabbits or any of the restaurants. Probably Chasing Rabbits would be the one that I would think of, because it has the private rooms.
I love that. I love that multi-generational aspect that you talked about, which I feel is so key to Vail and so special. And I'm in a multi-generational business, actually. If you're in the library, the bust is my grandma. She is about to be 97. So she's living in that Dustin library is her. And my father actually developed the Solaris building. So we're actually a family business behind all of the Vail, and we love this multi-generational space. And that's what we really cater to at Chasing Rabbits. So we see the grandparents, they're coming in for the Met Opera that we stream from New York City, and they're watching that, or maybe they're coming in for jazz. And then, we have the parents, maybe they want to come for karaoke, and then the kids are coming for arcade games. Really pride ourselves on kind of something for every generation.
Yes. And that's and I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's something it's so funny. Like a couple of minutes before I came into the podcast, I was in a Zoom, and we were doing a FaceTime Zoom tour of a property in Forest Road. And in the Zoom we had literally, it was so funny. It was a grandma, the daughter. There were like 5 members of the family that they all get together to make decisions on which property to purchase in Vail, because they're looking for something larger because of that, because they want to be able to vacation with the grandparents and have them spend Christmas and New Year's or Semana Santa with their children and their grandchildren. So this is very typical but it was so funny because you just mentioned that, and I just came from a Zoom where it was so funny, where I had the grandma and the grandpa and the son, and it was great. And it's looking good. So that's
great. Good luck. We love the family aspect. I think that's what makes Vail, because I grew up in Vail, so special, is all these family moments that there's.
Yes, and that's at the end. All these memories is what you, and it's what you come out of. You. That's why we want to go to Vail. That's why you want your children, when you grow up in Vail. Those are the memories that stay engraved in your memory with your grandparents and your parents. And at the end of the day, that's why you create all these events and these properties, etc. It's to create memories for the family and create a family legacy. At the end, that's what it all comes down to. So Thea, for our last big question, the New Year's Eve party reveal. You had it here last year when I was first starting my podcast. Now, I have my YouTube channel. I have actually almost 20,000 subscribers, and I just started months ago. And on my podcast, I've had like 6,000 downloads as well. So I'm super happy, Thea, and honored that you're actually doing the New Year's Eve party reveal on my podcast and YouTube channel. So if you can tell us, and this is a moment we've all been waiting for, what can you reveal about this year's New Year's Eve celebration at Chasing Rabbits? What's going to be the theme? How can our listeners and our subscribers, my listeners, how can they purchase tickets? Tell us about it. We're super excited.
Great. Well, I just want to say thank you to you. And I've actually been holding off on posting or putting in the newsletter until I could reveal on your podcast. So I know you're the audience. And so everything will be revealed in a couple of days, but everyone gets the first scoop here. So the people in the know listen to you. So I'm very excited. We are going to be doing a Havana Nights New Year's Eve.
Oh my God.
Which I think will also, maybe a lot of your clients will enjoy. And our New Year's Eve is definitely the biggest day of the year that we host, hands down. We actually opened up, this will be going into our 4th New Year's, right before New Year's for our first ever launch. And we were working really hard to open the venue right in time. So this New Year's Eve with Havana Nights will be really fun. We're flying in a 9-piece band, Latin soul, so live music, all the different amazing instruments for the beat. We will also have DJ Greg Cerrone in the other room DJing. So there will be live music with a multitude of instruments, as well as DJ. And then we're bringing a lot of amazing performers. So salsa dancers, fire spinners, a ton of just interactive people to get you kind of in the sizzling mood as you go to the next year. And we, with the New Year's Eve tickets, there's 2 components. There is a dinner beforehand. You can come to one or both. It's totally up to you. Dinner is all ages. So talking about family, that is a really fun way, because there's not a lot for under 21 to do on New Year's Eve, just based on the liquor laws.
Yeah.
It's still really fun for families to come because completely everyone dresses up. The first year I wasn't expecting people, and people were in, tuxedos and went full out into
Oh
the
my
theme.
God.
So,
Okay.
so this year, it's more the Havana Nights. Think of it as like a tropical wedding,
Yeah.
feathers, neon colors, and all of that.
Well, the guayabera, I mean, I don't know how they do the actually, but just so you know, my whole family is Cuban.
Oh,
My
you
parents
should meet. Tell us. Yeah, what should we wear?
and I was gonna tell you that I want to bring this year. I want to go to before my children were too young. Now they're 15, 17, and that's why I wanted to ask you about that. I definitely want to spend New Year's at chasing rabbits, so I'll do the earlier dinner with my children. But yeah, my whole family is Cuban. My grandparents, both set of grandparents, but they passed, but my parents are both, Cuban. So I grew up with the whole Havana, and I've lived, back and forth between Miami, Vail, and Puerto Rico. So, I love the theme. I couldn't be happier. I think it's gonna be wonderful. And right now, Latin music it's really up and coming, and there's so many things going on, and I think Havana Nights is gonna be great theme. I love it.
Yeah.
What's the name again of the?
Well, I'll go.
Uh-huh.
I'll go deeper. I didn't even when we're talking about the DJs too. We're doing weekly Latin nights, our Casa Rabbits, as well. So you love Latin music, and I love it, and we love this community, and we'll be having a lot of Latin American DJs coming in as well, which is really fun to have that vibe. But back to New Year's,
Yes.
the dinner. That's a multi-course dinner, very very formal and very fun, and it's sort of family style. And the entertainers will still be there. We decorate the whole space. We hire set designers, and we really transform the space to the theme, which is really fun. Last year when we did Moulin Rouge themed, we built that giant windmill outside. And so
Where is the dinner? Let's say like ideally, because I really plan. I'll send you an email, but I really plan. I want to go with my teenagers. Where if we go to that first seating, where would the dinner be? Do you choose
the restaurant or it's the restaurant or the library. You don't usually choose, but as a member, you can tell me and we can put you which room you want. But we will have the restaurant and the library for the dinner.
Okay.
And then there's the second part, which is the after party. Okay. And the after party will have, the dancing and all the entertainers. We do the champagne toast. It includes past appetizers and little desserts. And so that's a really fun time, and to do the countdown together on the big screens and experience that. And so, yeah, we have released to the members, but we have not released to the public, and we will be releasing in years. And now I've talked to you. So tomorrow or the day after, in a couple days.
Thank you so much for to me. It's an honor. And for those that are interested, again, everything's gonna be on the show notes. And when can we start buying tickets for the New Year's?
So in the next few days, it should be available. Go live. So tomorrow until maybe up to a week, we'll see. But in the next couple of days, it should be there. And then we tomorrow's Halloween, so I don't know if I want to release on Halloween.
Yes. We're recording October 30th, so tomorrow's Halloween. Next week is So
early next week, and then we also have another amazing option. We do a large scale New Year's Eve party at Deca Bowl. This year we will be, which we have not announced either. We'll be doing a really fun prohibition type, speakeasy type party. So, think we will be having roulette tables in there. We have bowling, we have magic. And so Deca Bowl is a great option as well. And the same thing goes there. We do the earlier seating, which is all ages, and then the nighttime, which is just 21 plus. And instead of just buying a traditional nightclub table, for VIPs, they can actually buy bowling. So for people who love to do a lot of activities, sell VIP bowling lanes, which is a pretty fun opportunity.
That could be something even better for my kids. I have to say, I have to think.
Yeah. And
So many choices all of a sudden. I love this.
yeah. Yeah, there we're going to have live music as well. We're going to have DJ Sabby Fontana, who does a ton of the Aspen shows, like, like Cloud9 and a lot of those Aspen experiences.
Okay.
He's going to come play. And also he's bringing a live saxophonist with him. And so that will be also have amazing music. And we'll have, a lot of activities to do. And it's a little bit of like the mob era, Prohibition, a little bit of that. We'll be bringing people in a secret way. And so that will be a fun experience as well.
So, Thea, I have a question because I know I watched the 4th of July fireworks from the Solaris Plaza. Can you, and I watch the New Year's Eve fireworks from my sister's condo in Lions Head. That we can actually, she has a rooftop. Can you see the firework, the New Year's Eve fireworks from the Solaris Plaza usually, or?
I think you can, but I can't confirm for sure.
Okay.
The town of Vail will be doing it.
Okay.
But I do believe so, or at least like a few steps.
To
the side. Yeah, we'll have to hear official word from them, but I do think again.
All right.
And it's something fun to have a little back. Yeah, but the New Year's should be, I mean, if you can do one event, and I've actually heard from some people, it's one of the reasons they're planning their trip. Obviously, the skiing is always a big reason, but
of course.
The New Year's is definitely, and like you said as well, those tickets, which will be released in just a couple days, are the best price by far or on. So I wouldn't wait with that. And then every year we've done it, it's sold out as well. So the New Year's is the one that has the biggest urgency, but you all listeners know about it now. So you'll be in the know to get
They sell out. These are not huge, we're not in New York. These are not huge venues. So, don't wait until the last minute. You have to, if you're interested, you have to go online, go to Instagram, contact me, contact Thea. I'll help you get, find, a way to purchase the tickets or direct you to the online area to purchase the tickets. But don't wait because it does, sell out. Anything else?
And our website with all the events is always like an easy way to see. Events are always on our website.
Okay. And then anything else before we go? Anything else that you might want to, there's so much going on that I don't know, but if there's anything else that you would like to say, go ahead and let us know. I'm super excited now that my kids are older. Now they're gonna maybe start enjoying other type of events that like the Matsuhisa. Again, they love sushi. Now they're old enough that they can enjoy those types of things. Anything else that you might want to tell our audience before we go?
I just want to thank you so much for having me, and you're such a big part of the community. And so I think this is the perfect place to kind of give you the scoop on everything. And then also, as you were saying, we're a family-owned business, and we're so flexible. So if you have anything that you want to do, I partnered with Courtney from the art gallery. She, this was her original idea. Come to us and we want to put that on for you. We're very flexible. And we'd love to have you. And then just come and experience it for yourself. And there's something almost every single day. So I would try a couple different types of events because they can really vary. I actually had someone tell us before that they were in a trip in Vail for 4 days and they came 4 days in a row, but they were in a different room each night. And the first 2 days, they didn't realize they were in the same venue because there's 2 separate entrances. And so they had no idea we were in the same place.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's just, you're right. And it's so different. All the rooms are so different. And Thea, thank you so much. Y para todos los que nos están escuchando desde Latinoamérica o desde Vail, no se pierdan la fiesta de Año Nuevo. Es la más esperada de Vail. Se llena, así que no esperen para comprar las entradas. Reserven con tiempo porque las entradas vuelan. El año pasado tuvimos este podcast y a las 3 o 4 semanas ya no habían entradas para Año Nuevo. Si quieren más información o reservar su evento privado, pueden contactar directamente a Thea Knobel. Toda la información va a estar en los show notes abajo. Y en el YouTube video también voy a poner los comentarios abajo con todos los links, o visiten chasingrabbitsvail.com. Thea, where can our listeners contact you if they're interested in the New Year's Eve party? If you can say that again, your email and that would be great.
Place it will be on our both of our websites. So we have chasingrabbitsvail.com for the Chasing Rabbits website, and then Decable Vail for Decable. Those tickets will go up in a few days. So best would be just to go on there directly.
Okay.
Then follow us on Instagram at Chasing Rabbits Vail and Decable Vail, because we'll post right away once we do reveal them. And then lastly, you can go on our websites and sign up for the newsletter, and then you'll always be the first to be in the know as well, because we'll send an email blast.
Thank you. Y gracias a ustedes, mis oyentes, por su tiempo. Y no se olviden de suscribirse a mi podcast Conquering Vail en Spotify para enterarse de todo lo nuevo en Vail esta temporada, tanto de lifestyle como de real estate también. Y no se olviden de seguirme en mi nuevo canal de YouTube, Vea en Vail. Nos escuchamos en el próximo episodio y nos vemos en solo 25 días, que es el opening de las pistas de Vail. Hasta luego.